Introduction. It's a theme bit.
JTAKRAOSP 10 for 31 and 32. But before that, contrary to popular belief, this is not pod racing. Alright, are we clear on that? Good. Also, the left-handed, hideous, deformed creatures, certainly. But all the same, they are human as we are. Why, even my mother is left-handed. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not encouraging them to breed with us normals, but perhaps in time we may learn to live together. I'm just saying. But enough politics. Force 31, the 31st episode. We begin with the omniscient recap voice renaming the show Kamen Rider Donna Troy. Cute. Then, recap voice failing to actually recap Donna Troy's motivations, Donna Troy himself takes over recapping that part to Daft Punk. His motivation being to find a space monster who's an Aries so as to give his dying friend a compatible match and cure him with the power of love. Or something like that. Failing to notice Troy completely despite him now being the titular character. Right. Team Fjosengard is off testing a new gadget for Fjosengard. It's the last gadget Fjosengard will ever use, until they discover a new set or something stupid like that, so this one's meant to give Fjosengard a new power suit. It doesn't do that so much as it explodes, which causes hilarity in the form of Fjosengard stumbling slightly after taking the explosion. Donna Troy's thinking sound effect, wee, as him walking away from that scene and back to his old school, the one he forgot to revisit after seeing the suspicious space monster stuff happening last time. Fjosengard and pals have nothing else to do though, so they get Troy to tell him what he's up to before he heads out the door. Transitional explanation through the title sequence later, the lot of them are following Troy back to his old school. And there some girl with a pink umbrella hands Troy a book she says he lent her. Donna Troy asks her how it's possible that he would do something thoughtful and never have it come up in his monologues, but she insists he take the book with her own sound effect. Then she walks off and Team Fjosengard does their best not to wonder about those two guys who are wordlessly hovering over her. While Donna Troy tells Team Fjosengard around here to piss off and just leave the rest of the episode to him, but Fjosengard's not hearing it. Instead he pulls the old, "Let me feel your feelings, Troy. Punch me in the face so I can understand you." And several jarring orange transition lines later, we see Troy's old school has an eerily calm student whose teacher seems afraid of him. Probably something to do with the paper cutouts of everyone in his class he feels the need to put out on display. Well, with that established, Donna Troy looks only now at the book he was handed earlier. Inside he sees the message, "Get out of here if you don't want to sleep with the fishes." But being a fish man, he shrugs it off. As he shrugs, excitable girl is off exploring on her own, excitably asking his school space club why they're so stupid and don't have any cardboard outfits made by a 5-year-old of a rocket ship. After forcing them into a corner with that, she gets the revelation that they aren't really the space club, and also that the calm guy from before's satanic powers will force them into an eternal slumber if they stray from the roles given to them, and then they say, "Oh shit, we probably shouldn't have told you that," and then satanic space powers force them to sleep. And that's when Calm Guy shows up in space monster form. By astounding coincidence, he's an Aries-type monster. Given this, he shall henceforth be called Hypnos the French Fry Beard. Fjosengard smells the tension not on him, so he shows up to fight. Alas, Hypnos the French Fry Beard kicks his ass with the power of sleep. Said powers being the reason I considered the name Jigglypuff Daddy. But Hypnos the French Fry Beard is Hypnos the French Fry Beard, of course. Oh, Donna Troy shows up and does nothing, and everyone kinda wonders why he showed up in the first place. But it gives some random extras time to drag off the unconscious Fjosengard and give him the reason to still be alive later. Fjosengard's friends, of course, are still pretty well boned. Except for Troy, who just ran off to yell at Daft Punk for telling him to fight the Ares monster, despite hinting up till now that he'd have to suck up to some monster and go to the dark side at some point to save his dying friend. "No, I can't have my cake and eat it too, that's too easy." Meanwhile, later, Orko is pretending he's an important character at Hypnos the French Fry Beard. Hypnos the French Fry Beard responds by making Orko sleep and then, his words mind, having his way with Orko for the kids. Then Hypnos the French Fry Beard makes everyone in the school act like they're in some shitty live-action drama. within a mediocre live-action drama, until Fjosengard wakes up and doesn't even think before heading up for round 2. Luckily, Hypnos the French Frybeard just forgot he can make everyone sleep, and Fjosengard manages to kick his ass. Of course, that's until Donna Troy shows up to make like a douche. See, not being satisfied with the solution of beating the monster and everyone being happy, he decided to team up with the villain. You know, to help his dying friend live forever and, basically, oh, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, I know, Daft Punk was against it, but he's apparently forgotten that he can take away Donna Troy's powers at any time, so it's okay. Troy warbles the shit out of Fjosengard, and the episode ends with Donna Troy revealing his true identity as the second Kamen Rider. Team Fjosengard collectively gasps for this revelation of something any one of them could have pieced together if they actually paid attention to him for a few seconds, but the beaten Fjosengard chokes out, "I still love you for who you are. Punch me in the face again." And then he flatlines. Yeah, the camera can show us that, and wow, Papa John Fjosengard is dead, which leads us to the next episode of his show, which I'm now some half-dozen episodes behind.